Hey everyone, before I start my latest video, Cove Audio has an awesome special for all viewers of this channel. For a limited time only, you can get a pair of their noise-canceling Bluetooth headphones for 65% off. That's an original price of $159.99 and now just $55.99. That's a great deal, so make sure you check out the link below. Josh Allen, who was a unanimous All-American last season, was unstoppable at one thing. He collected sacks left and right. He finished the year with 17 in the ultra-talented SEC. Looking at his final year at Kentucky, it was his burst off the line of scrimmage and his rip around the edge that allowed him to make an impact. He consistently tore apart left and right tackles with insane efficiency. Looking at this play against Mississippi State, he paired a very quick first step with good snap timing and then used his hip bend to win around the edge to hit the quarterback. This allowed him to win in under 3 seconds. This consistent ability happened all season long. He did it again against Penn State in the fourth quarter. In this play, he exploded off the left edge and used a downward chop to completely disengage from the left tackle. He then turned his hips to attack the quarterback. The passer attempted to step up in the pocket, and Allen dragged him down for the quick sack. Looking at these plays, it's easy to see why Allen is pretty much a lock to be a top 5 pick in this year's draft. Pass rushers, especially ones that tie Von Miller's sack numbers in college, deserve to be taken early. The ability to rush the passer from the edge has never been sought after more than it is now. While yes, this may be the case, I want to give you a well-rounded view of Allen as a prospect. After all, this is a film room on this channel, and we have to look at him from all angles. So with that being said, if there is one thing you may have noticed from pretty much every single clip I've shown, you'll see that Allen is amazing at exactly one move. He's a dynamic speed rusher and can obviously win outside. But the question you have to ask is what happens if an offensive lineman purposely guards the edge? What would happen if an offensive tackle was ready for this one and only move? Now, I don't want to be hyperbolic when I say this, but it got to the point where I was waiting for him to show me something else besides the chop rip move around the edge. I feel like he's the perfect candidate for a spin move or an up and under to win inside, but I rarely saw it. This caused Allen to get washed around the edge if a blocker was ready for his initial burst. In the NFL, he won't have this much success unless he learns something else. They are way too good to not get beaten by only one move. Now, with that being said, he is one of those players that attacks offenses with a lot of hustle and effort, and he consistently fought to disengage against the backfield. Some of his sacks were clearly effort-based. At times, I felt like he could have used his hands better to disengage, and he desperately needs to learn a counter move. In my opinion, he has all the tools to be a great edge defender, but a good coach could help him take the next step to reaching those heights. Outside of his great potential at rushing the quarterback, Allen flashed as a coverage linebacker. What makes him unique is that he's not your typical pass rush specialist. If he's paired with a creative defensive coordinator, he could be used in multiple roles. He could be apex outside to bracket slot receivers, or he could be used in man coverage on tight ends. I think he could play this role very well. His speed and hip fluidity to stay on a receiver's hip pocket was something that really impressed me as I went through his film. He can definitely cover man-to-man, and I don't think that part of his role should be ignored. While I definitely did see potential for him as a man coverage defender, I think he's much better in that role than he is as a pure zone dropping linebacker. I don't think he has a natural feel for zone coverage just yet. His field awareness is average right now, and he needs to improve at checking for crossers and for feeling when a receiver enters or exits his zone. While pass rush and pass coverage duties will get him on the field, I think Allen needs to improve as a run defender. He has to get better at using his length and hands to stack and shed at the point of attack. At times, he was bullied backwards by offensive linemen, and he occasionally struggled against good blocking tight ends. Him getting forced out of his gap and him not disengaging in time to make plays happened too frequently. Additionally, he missed handoff exchanges when he was the target of misdirection. Certain teams like Penn State ran option plays using him as the read defender, and he was too slow to react at times. This is definitely an area where he needs to improve, and it'll go a long way with his ability to defend the edge. In my opinion, Allen is much better suited as a penetrating defender. He could use his burst and quickness to jump into the backfield rather than closing gaps with his strength. Being aggressive and flashing a bit of a mean streak is something he showed on film, and when you add in his obvious hustle and ability to make plays, he can easily find a home in a creative defense. For Allen's pro comparison, I think he's most similar to Leonard Floyd. Floyd, who was a top 10 pick a few years ago, was known as a pass rusher coming out. Both he and Allen struggled at times to set the edge, but their size and athletic ability both warrant them a high pick in their respective drafts. Overall, in my opinion, using a top 5 pick on Allen is clearly a big leap of faith. I believe Allen is a lot more boom or bust than most people realize. Again, his burst, his chop rip around the edge, and his overall hustle and nose for the ball make me really excited from his prospect. But in the NFL, you have to be better than one well-defined move. You can look at guys like Dwight Freeney who capitalized on a spin move, but you also have to realize that he was a speed rusher first and foremost. He used a speed rush to set up the spin move back inside. The same has to be said for Allen. In my opinion, if you have a good pass rush coach that will teach him better hand technique to disengage from blocks and to teach him a wider array of pass rush moves, this will be everything for his development in the NFL. Well, that's it for this one. As I mentioned at the start of this video, my generous sponsor this week is Cove Audio. If you're in the market for a new set of Bluetooth noise cancelling headphones, they have a great special for all viewers of this channel. For a limited time only, they are offering a 65% discount on your order. That's right, at an original price of $159.99, they are now just $55.99. Over the past couple of weeks, I've had the great pleasure of using these headphones. I like them a lot. What's nice is that they are wireless so you can use them on the go or at the gym, and they are great for fitness type activities. Plus, since they are noise canceling with a built-in microphone, you can use these at work for hands-free phone calls as well. I've noticed that on a single charge, I can usually get around 6 to 7 hours, which is great for what I need them for. I highly recommend them, and if you want high quality sound at a very reasonable and discounted price, go ahead and use the promo code SG65 or by following the link below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. As discussed before, I'll continue updating my big board on my Patreon account and I'll be releasing some mock drafts once April rolls around. Also, if you want to reach out to me directly, you can find me on Twitter at Samuel R. Gold.